Good afternoon. Today I want to present my research topic, and it's about barriers to implementation of online banking in AJIB in Georgia. First, I want to provide a context to the situation in which the research is executed. The development of digital platforms and online banking offerings has fueled the competition in the retail banking sector. In particular, online banking is now a necessity for banks to be able to operate and compete successfully and effectively in the modern financial markets. The third point is, online banking is one channel that banks can utilize in engaging customers. This has become a requirement as a channel that banks are expected to provide a banking customers. Next. With that as a background, I want to present the focus of the research. This research focuses on the barriers and challenges that AJIB faces in the implementation of online banking for its customers. AJIB refers to Arab Jordan Investment Bank, and which is one of Jordan's leading investment and commercial banks. It caters to clients and customers throughout its branches and offices network. AJIB also provides a retail, corporate, and investment banking services. Now we will move on the aim and the objectives of the research. The aim of this research is to identify the ways to mitigate, if not eliminate, the barriers and challenges to online banking implementation. In focusing on the mitigation and elimination of the barriers and challenges in online banking implementation, the aspiration is to provide Georgian banks in general and AJIB in particular an opportunity to enhance online banking adoption, also to improve overall banking profitability. So now we will move on the next. Now we'll move on the objectives of the research. The objective of this research is to understand the key barriers and challenges impacting online banking implementation by the banks. Also, to determine the most effective approaches that can be taken to address barriers and challenges. Finally, to identify actions for AJIB to pursue effective implementation of online banking. This research is important as the banks need to ensure that online banking implementation by the banks fits the requirements of the banking customers. Next. For the research methodology as an overview, primary research involves the bank's managers and employees to understand the barriers and the challenges. Also, the use more methods research approach was undertaken with quantitative research to provide the data for the research. For the research philosophy, the research uses an interpretive research. So the main thrust of the research evaluates the barriers and challenges faced by AJIB in the implementation of online banking. This is addressed with the interpretivist research philosophy, with the consideration of the human interest influencing the situation. The study uses interviews to form the findings on the barriers and challenges impacting the AJIB online banking implementation. So the results of the interviews are used in forming the perspective on the online banking implementation barriers and challenges. So there were 15 interviews were conducted with the managers, with the bank's managers and employees. 8 of them are managers and 7 of them are employees. The interviews were executed as face-to-face between me and between the primary research respondent, the managers and the employees of AJIB involved in online banking implementation. The set of interviews questions are prepared before the actual interview. I use them as a guide in the interview of AJIB managers and employees. So finally, next. There are several barriers and challenges were identified and have some implications on the banks and their actions and the actions taken to implement online banking. And the first, next. The first barrier is the extent of customer adoption. Not all customers have seen the value of online banking and have not readily adopted the use of online banking. Also, another challenge is risk of system failures, as banks can have a significant financial penalty resulting from system failures. Also, the management of regulatory developments impacting online banking. That's all for my project. Thank you.